Turn that one down.
All right, welcome everybody to Northwest Ham Shack and the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. We're going to get started here in just 1 second. I'll pass it up to you, Carlos, if you're ready.
Hey, welcome, folks. 2 Meter Crew is back, but on a different day on Thursdays. And I'll be kicking us off here just real short. We are, I want to thank, first of all, the BVR, Back Valley Radio Club, for letting us use the repeater. And as usual, we are aware if there's any priority traffic at any time during the anti-net, let us know and we'll clear the frequency to let that traffic through. So is there any urgent or emergency traffic at this time? All right. Well, the anti-net, like I said, we're on a new day Thursdays, same repeater. The BVR, which is on the 145.470 with a negative offset of 600 kilohertz and a PL tone of 127.3 hertz. There's a couple ways that you can watch us or follow along. We've got Echolink Up, which is at WG5EEK. We have an All-Star node, which is number 51094. And we have DMR, which is 3149964. YSF, which is at 24033. So a lot of ways to get online and stream, see what we're up to. The Northwest Ham Shack is doing our live streaming now. So thank you so much for Nick. A bunch of people still together, same old 2 Meter Crew making this happen. Like I said, I think we're real happy to be back up on the air, doing the same old stuff we've always done. We kind of talked about it, and this first anti-net, we kind of wanted to circle back to what is the 2 Meter Crew. We've been asked that quite a bit, and as we've done different stuff, people sometimes get a little confused about what we're about and what we do. So I think we'll spend part of the large part of our net tonight kind of discussing that, and maybe also what we want the anti-nets to look like. What do you guys like seeing, and what are we going to keep doing? So I'm going to throw it up to KM6DAL, Nick, and maybe you can kind of kick us off on what you think the 2 Meter Crew is.
Yeah, thanks, Carlos. I had to let my thumb rest there for a second. The button was getting heavy. Yeah, this is Nick, KN6DAL, up here in Everett, Washington. I just want to say I appreciate everybody jumping in and the support and everything, keeping this thing going. Yeah, that's a great topic, Carlos. The 2 Meter Crew. What is it? What is it? Who is it? What's it about? And that is a kind of a complicated question, to be honest. So I'm going to tell you a short story about how I became affiliated with the 2 Meter Crew. I lived in Roseville, California, about 75 miles from the K6POU repeater, where a lot of people that are associated with the 2 Meter Crew hang out and rag chew and talk and coordinate different things like hiking and doing different simplex things. And I heard a bunch of traffic right when I first got my license, but I didn't have a way to reach them because all I had was a $30 Baofeng radio, and I couldn't quite make that contact, and so it kind of urged me to start building antennas and getting ideas on how to get my signal out better. And then once I was capable of reaching and making contact, these people opened their arms to me. They welcomed me in, and they gave me a place where I really felt like this hobby was something of futility for me, and that was important. And so that's how I kind of got started with ham radio, and the 2 Meter Crew already existed. I don't know all of the specifics about exactly where the idea came from. I know that Derek came up with a lot of the beginning ideas of the 2 Meter Crew, but really it just started at a very humble beginning of us just communicating with each other about being active and getting out on 2 meters and making contacts with people, and being welcoming to new ham radio operators. So that's kind of what it was to me, and it has progressed over time. So there's been a lot more interest in people coming in, but the one thing that has remained true is that we're unorganized. We don't have a hierarchy of people. We're just a bunch of friends that really want to just be part of amateur radio and spread amateur radio to all of the people around us. And the interesting thing about the 2 Meter Crew for me is that it really encompasses every single aspect of this hobby. There's people that like to sit on repeaters and rag chew. There's people that like to hike to the top of the highest mountain that they can find and then make a simplex contact as far as they can go. There's some people that really appreciate the digital modes and the capabilities that have been offered to ham radio in the recent past, and have really encompassed that into the hobby. And there's people that love to do satellite work. Anything that interests you in ham radio, you can find with the 2 Meter Crew. And so it's really interesting how unique and how widespread we are, and how everybody just has a common purpose of let's get out and have fun and enjoy the hobby. So I appreciate that question, and I definitely want to pass that maybe back to you, Carlos, and see what does the 2 Meter Crew mean to you, and see kind of maybe how you started with it and such. So appreciate that. KN6DAL.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, it's a little bit different. It's not this structured club. And
hey, Carlos.
Yes.
Hey, before we get into the good stuff, I wanted to get maybe a little bit of negative out of the way, if you don't mind.
Yes, go ahead.
You guys all know Jason and Ham Radio TV, and the Anti-Net used to meet there a lot. And man, when we split the two, there seemed like a bunch of rumors floating around, that kind of craziness, that the band was breaking up, and that there was something negative going on. And I don't know, it was kind of funny to read some of the comments on Discord and see some of the stuff on the interwebs. So I just wanted to get it out of the way here once quickly, that we're all still good with Jason. He still lets us come over and pet the chickens now and again, so I think we're still good on his side. It's just two different things going on. There's definitely space for us all, and I was excited about the topic tonight because the sort of nebulous reason for 2 Meter Crew is pretty cool. So just wanted to get that out in case there was any questions about it. There still seem to be a few floating around. Let's put an end to it. We're all good, and it's all good in the neighborhood.
You're absolutely right, Chris. I read all of those comments too. I think everybody did, and what's really funny. I mean, everybody needs to understand that Ham Radio TV put a huge amount of time and emphasis in keeping the 2 Meter Crew alive for a long time. And this honestly wouldn't be possible without Jason and all the people associated with the VVR, the Vaca Valley Radio Club. They're all a huge part of what we do, and so all of my personal respect goes to Jason, and I hope that the show that he's putting on, there's been a couple of different shows that he's put on so far, and I think he's got some really good content going into the future. So I hope that everybody takes this as an opportunity to just get more ham radio content out there. So now that we've stolen the show from you, Carlos.
We should kidnap him and bring him over one of these nights, too.
I'm sure
we need to.
Right?
Yeah, I have no doubt. I'm sure he'll come over.
Yeah.
Now, Nick told me I can only interrupt Carlos 3 times every night, so that's 1. I still got 2 more that I'm keeping ready to go.
Yeah, 4 if you say priority first.
Yeah, priority traffic.
Right.
So go ahead, Carlos. Take it away, buddy.
All right. No, good point, Chris. Yeah, it's good to put that away. The stories will erupt from all corners of the earth when stuff happens. No, we're good. And so the 2 Meter Crew, I was a new ham, still a pretty new ham, a couple years into it only. And a couple of the local repeaters, I punched into my handy talkie, and everything was pretty quiet. And then I found scanning through, I found the 3.3 repeater, and they were always up to something. I started chatting on there a little bit, and there were another couple of hams that were pretty new coming on at the same time. And there was a pretty good mix of Elmers that were very willing to help out on the 3.3. Definitely several of them really got me started and got me up on HF and everything else. And there seemed to just be this good mix of new hams, mid hams, and Elmers, and we were having fun. We were going out, running up Mount Diablo to see how far we could reach on 2-meter simplex, and that's how the name came about, the 2-meter crew, running around, horsing around on 2 meters. But we do all things ham radio, and it was this good mix, and we were kind of piling up on each other. So we started having a day in a week where we would get together and check in. Okay, we doing breakfast next week, or are we gonna, run in mountaintop somewhere? And that particular repeater liked a very open format and didn't like any type of net activity or anything else. And Jason had started listening to us, so he said, "Hey, hang on, you guys. I've got an idea. I think the BVR repeater would love to have you guys." So he went down to the BVR repeater, and they said, "Sure, you can have one of the nights a week and come on and do your anti-net." So we did that. It's just grown from there, just very organic. There's not a membership. You don't get a 2-meter crew club. You don't get a bill. We just hang out. It's just the guys you see here, live, and many, many more of those that are out there on the different repeaters, having fun, trying to learn a little bit more, and enjoying the hobby. That's all 2-meter crew is. Jason came along and started doing some live streaming, which really opened it up across the nation. It was cool. There's people, actually not just the nation, around the world streaming this and watching. And then Mike got on board and started all the different digital tie-ins. And you heard me read off the list when we started. Boy, there's just about every way you can think of to drop in on the net or communicate with the 2-meter crew. So it's been a lot of fun, and that's what it is. That's where I like it staying, and that's why I hated kind of seeing some of the rumor stuff start when HRTV started, a full-time show, and we went to another date. It's not like that at all. We're
If anyone wants to claim that we discriminate, just look at who popped in the back door and we actually let that guy hang around the VLF. I mean, it's like we'll let anybody hang around. That's, you know what I mean? Kevin's going to turn his video off because he just wants us to see how good his audio is.
Turn it off. Yeah, he wants us to hear it.
I'm only going to talk to you. I'm not going to let you see my beautiful face. Wait a minute, not so beautiful face. I heard my audio the other night. I suck. I can't stand listening to myself.
You're going to bring it up to the next level.
I don't know. You sounded pretty good up here.
I just can't stand it. Man, my call. Let's see here. Can we? I always get my name wrong when I log in separately.
Oh, make a name tag for yourself.
Is that supposed to say Barry?
There's ETH. Yeah, so.
You're muted, Chris.
Am I still rolling, Nick?
Oh yeah, you're rolling. I found
Okay.
I found a minute to break and rest my finger for a second.
So we get you a big rubber band.
That's just me. So that's the thing. We don't have one aspect. It's not a club. It's a bunch of us knuckleheads doing ham radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think I might. I think maybe Chris, you can throw your 2 cents in how you see the club in 6CMB.
Wow. Yeah. In a lot of ways, similar, I think, probably story, but maybe a little later in the timeline. The group was kind of established. They were already having their breakfast maybe activities and things. I was not a ham yet, so I was listening. I was basically stalking all of these guys. I'd hear them on the radio, and then I'd go to QRZ, find out where they live, and then spend the night parked outside their houses, making notes on where they came and went to.
I thought you looked familiar.
Literally, he has done.
Sorry about the wives who got a little freaked out by that, but it was all in good fun. And it's funny because when I heard the 3-3 and I heard the 2 meter crew guys, I just thought this was going on all over the world. That ham was this active, ham was this crazy, and fortunately that I didn't get that sort of a view dimmed until after I got my license and started talking with everybody. But yeah, to me, it was never about a club per se or whatever. It was just about this nebulous concept of trying to, learn more about the hobby. We used to joke that like every time we met on, online or even on the radio, someone would bring up some new topic, FT8 or something, and it's like, oh, it's the first I've heard of that. What is that? And the next thing you know, you spend the next 2 weeks learning FT8 and programming radios and learning how to do it, and then someone else would come in with something else that was exciting and fun and grab your interest, and it's just a fun group. But most of all, it just added a little brotherhood to the whole thing. Guys that you knew. I knew that in the middle of the night when I was missing a fitting, or a duplexer, and I'm like, did anybody got one? Sure, yeah, come over to my house right now. It's 11 o'clock at night, but don't worry about it. Like, I know you want to get your new radio up and running, and I'll get you to whatever part you need. That kind of stuff just meant a lot to me.
Yeah, good deal. Mike, how about yourself? WG5EEK. Oh, and I should identify. That's right, we are on the radio. This is KM6. This is W6. CRP on the VVR repeater.
All right.
There, N6 CMB, Kristen, Clayton, California.
I was going to call you out again. I was. When you're done, remind me of who I am before I log back in there.
Yes, you are Carlos. All right. So yeah, this is Mike here, WG5EEK. So I kind of came in to the 2 meter crew like right before they started doing the nets on here on the VVR repeater. I met up for Winter Field Day for a really cool time up on Mount Diablo. I was out there grilling some hamburgers and just enjoying the views and the weather. It was actually pretty warm considering it was the winter time. It wasn't too bad, and everybody was setting up their equipment and having a good time. I was like, this place is really cool. Everyone's having a great time. I was just proud to be associated with you guys because, like you said, it was just like a big brotherhood. People are just, super friendly, and no matter what's going on, like everybody has time to sit and chat for a bit, and so I had a good time with that. And yeah, about the digital stuff, that's kind of like just fun for me. Like I've always been kind of a geek, hence the call sign. And I figured out, like, first off, my first foray into talking long distance was with digital, because it's maybe it's cheating, but it's still fun. You get to talk to people around the world, and I thought that was cool. Funny thing is, I ran into 2E0 UKH on a talk group randomly, and I was watching him on YouTube for a little bit, and then I was talking to him, and then eventually he actually came on, and was part of us for a bit, and he still is. He's just, he's super busy. And then he's like, well, I actually do remember that call sign because it was kind of unique. So it was kind of neat how, we kind of all, even though we're all in different areas of the world, we can still talk to each other and we recognize each other and just, we become friends. So that's what I like about this, because not all of us are local. Nick's up in Washington. I'm about to move to, Arkansas. People are just all over the place. So it's, just because we're not local doesn't mean we can't be, hanging out and having fun. So the digital stuff just kind of grew from there. I added, with Kevin's help, we added, All-Star to the VVR, and then soon after I figured out how to get Echolink working. I tied in DMR, and then just recently we got YSF working. So, there's a lot of different ways to get in. You don't have to be local to talk to us. You can get in through the digital, and that stuff's up all the time. So it's not just during the stream. If you guys want to talk, it's up all the time. And if you just happen to forget what it is, just go back and look at the video. It's streaming right across the top, or across the bottom, and those are there for you guys. So yeah, that's basically my spiel. Just glad to be here, glad to be a part of it, and just having fun. So Mike here, WG5EEK.
Hey, I probably should do it next week, but I don't want to take a chance and miss the opportunity. Veterans Day is coming up, and Mike is celebrating 20 years service to our country in the Air Force, and I, for one, appreciate it.
Thank you
Oh,
for
thank
your
you.
service.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's almost 20. We'll be 20 soon. Yeah, I just got my retirement orders today, so I'll be doing a lot of out processing and appointments and classes and stuff to get ready to go. But yeah, we're moving either June or July of next year. So
Wish you the best, man. Thanks for what you've done for us.
thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We're
Mike,
not letting him go, guys. He's gonna be hooked up. He's gonna be hooked up remotely.
He's just
Yeah.
hooking up from Alabama. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crew gets bigger. It gets wider.
Well,
Got
Arkansas.
We could add Arkansas to it now.
Yeah.
Right. We'll have
Absolutely.
a node and a repeater and a link in Arkansas.
And Mike,
Yeah.
just kind of looking at your backdrop and stuff, man, the Air Force has really up.
Yeah, you like
After
you like that? Yeah. Yeah, that's the new hotness. Shh. I'm secretly in Area 51. Shh.
Great stuff here.
KN60AL, I just want to mention really quick.
Let's roll over to Justin for a minute. KM6 ZTH, and give us your 2 cents.
Yeah, I kind of like Carlos. I got my ticket and I was scrolling through stuff, and I remember the two people's voices that stick out in my mind on the 3.3 are NN6 Echo Echo and WA6 PKJ, and some of their wonderful debates and things. And I always just enjoyed listening to it. And then Carlos was a KM6 something there for a while. He would jump in there and
That's what I started to say my call sign earlier. Yeah.
And-
you.
yeah, there you go. And then we had Ted the Taxman, and what Josh was. All I remember is how Rod would call him Jesus Can't Lose. So something JCL. Anyhow, there was lots of great fun, lots of good things, and there still is lots of great fun on the radio and all that stuff. But it seemed to be that interesting mix of a bunch of Elmers wanting to foster folks and a bunch of new guys, and just all of the different action and all the trial and error and everything. And that was the 2 meter crew, and you had K6DJV, who seemed to just always be on the air, and somehow I think he always still is. Like every now and then you jump on the radio and you're like, you said you were going to bed, or you said you weren't going to be here, and he's there, so it's just that fun and exciting thing. And the best part I think about the 2 meter crew, I am a club guy. Funny enough, I'm wearing my club shirt, but that doesn't mean that's the only way. And I think that's the kind of the cool thing about the 2 meter crew is it's not about that official club stuff. It's about let's just get on the air and have fun. And that is the beauty of the 2MC for me.
Yeah, very cool. That is true. And it's W6ERP on the DVR repeater, the 2 meter crew anti-net. First time here on Thursdays. So I'm going to go to somebody who's a little bit newer, hanging around with us and helping us out here quite a bit. And maybe get a couple of words from Greg, KN6KE.
Hey, thank you, Carlos. Actually, yeah, absolutely. I am absolutely the newest ham out here. I think I turned out mid-August or so. Started reaching out to folks. As I'm rather nerdy myself. I'm kind of an IT guy for a living, and ham radio just kind of fit with the kind of things that I do. And as I started to reach out, I just started meeting a bunch of really great people, really expanding. Like 2 meter crew is we're talking about 2 meters, but I mean it's so much more to me specifically in that I'm the type who always wants to kind of learn some more stuff. This kind of fit with what I'm doing. My kind of way of thinking, and it's just been so welcoming. Everybody's been so welcoming, and the more I learn, the more I know I don't know, and understand how many different things I could get into on this. I know I kind of started to glom on Mike when I was really, really new here, and he's like, "Who the hell is this dude just calling me out of the blue? He wants to show up at my house and look at my GMRS system." And everybody's just been so cool, and go, "No, if you're into this, check this out." And I too have been really trying to turn out like digital modes. I just got my first All-Star system up 3 or 4 days ago. I've had an APRS Digipeater in town for about a month now, and it's just super fun. It's just super fun. I get on the radio. I'm not always a big talker on the radio. I do try to talk on my commute, but I still got to get something a little better in my car just so that folks can hear me. But it's just been an awesome experience. It's been a really welcoming community, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. It's really, really cool. Everybody's been really nice. So, thanks, guys. I don't think I'd be here, if folks like, Mike and Nick and Carlos and Chris hadn't been like, hey, come join us, man. Come do some of this stuff. And it's been awesome. It's a really cool community, and I appreciate it. So that's the new guy. That's the new guy perspective here.
Yeah. So it's kind of that constant theme. I think as people listening can see, just a bunch of Joes like ham radio, hang out, and like that original group, we're still learning and teaching each other. And sometimes, a lot of the digital stuff, and it's way past me right now. Maybe I'll do it as I retire and have some time. But it's fun just to sit back and watch it and see what other aspects people can do talking over the airwaves. I enjoy it. Another person hanging out with us right now has been huge for this club, not only because he's president of VVR and one of the folks that helped us get up on this repeater once a week to do the anti-nets, but he's also been a huge Elmer for us on a lot of the anti-nets. He comes on, and how he teaches is just plain and straightforward. I can even understand a little bit of it, which is saying something. But Kevin, in 6 BLF, what's your take on 2 meter crew?
Well, Carlos, thanks for that warm welcome. And I just want to address Greg for a moment. Greg, I heard that the group is getting together and they've invited me on Saturday. So I think Saturday we're going to burst your bubble, let all the air out, all the great things you said. It'll just go. You'll get a dose of reality of how dumb I really am. So all joking aside, thanks, guys. The bottom line is when I got a phone call sometime last year, I guess it was around this time. I don't really remember now. I have a horrible memory when it comes to that stuff. They said, hey, we just want to hang out. We just want to have some fun. And I went, well, isn't that what ham radio is all about? And I'll say this on the air. I think the radio is key. Yeah, it is. I couldn't process in my ham radio mind why another ham radio system wouldn't want people like you hanging out once a week and talking about ham radio, welcoming people in, and just being nice to each other. I just didn't understand why somebody wasn't really interested in that. And when they asked the Vacaville Radio Club, hey, can we possibly use your repeater? I couldn't say for myself, I couldn't say yes fast enough. I'm like, absolutely. I go, oh, I have to take it to the board of directors and the officers. Can you give me a couple days? And so we brought it up, and it was 100% yes, absolutely 100%. And what you guys have been doing, guys and gals have been doing, have been just great. And I encourage you to keep doing it. Thanks for letting me show up and hang out. If I can do something for you, I will. And just keep doing what you're doing, man. It's a really good thing.
We
you know, hanging out
absolutely
and
appreciate
having-
that, Kevin.
having
Thank
fun.
you.
And Nick, our fearless YouTube leader now, he's doing really good. And we'll support Nick. We're gonna be building a super node. It's gonna be the size of a tank, but it will not get too hot. So
Nick's going to need to add on a building.
I'm surprised if we're even still on the air right now, to be honest with you, because I don't know how
Nick,
this radio behind me is holding up.
you're gonna need you're gonna need to get a solar panel. I don't know what your power company is up there, but you probably should call them.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
let him know.
Because we're sending the boat anchor up here in the next couple of weeks.
I'm just gonna run an extension cord to my neighbor's house.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Have you got the 480 volt service in the garage?
Tap into that light post out in front of your house, dude.
Yeah,
Just plug right in the
exactly.
bottom, dude.
Yeah.
No, in all seriousness, Kevin, we really truly do appreciate everything that you've provided for us. It means a great deal. We are all truly just a bunch of knuckleheads that just want to come out here and have a good time. We want to be available for new people that are just getting involved in ham radio, and
Absolutely.
you have helped provide that for us, and so it's super important. And thank you very much.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
Carlos, I can see the vein on Nick's head starting to throb. It might be time for him to release the
My
mic.
finger.
Hey,
I'm
you
just
think
gonna let
anyone's
it
on the
go.
repeater? Let's see if anyone's out there. We get anybody talking over the airwaves.
That means somebody can talk on the repeater.
All right, I think they missed the last end of the cutoff, but yeah. So basically, where we're at with that, not to hog everything from Carlos, but we want to hear from everybody. What's the 2 Meter Crew mean to you? What is the 2 Meter Crew? How did you get associated with us? What do you like about us? What do you want to see on the nets? The table's kind of yours. Maybe we should probably send it back to Carlos. You want to see if we got any new people out there, Carlos?
Sure. And I'll go W6CRP on the VBR repeater. This is the 2 Meter Crew anti-net, just for identification there. So we've done our spiel. That's who the 2 Meter Crew is. There's a lot more. It's not just us. We're the ones that kind of get together to do this. But chime in. That's kind of what we wanted to do today. We're going to keep doing this net because we enjoy it. It's for fun. But let us know what you want to see, what you like, what you don't like, what you think about 2 Meter Crew. Go ahead and come now.
Whiskey 4, Mike Alpha Fox, Richmond, Virginia.
Go ahead, Whiskey 4, Mike Alpha Fox.
Hey, thank you very much, Carlos. Hello, everyone watching on YouTube while doing some ham-related stuff here in Richmond, Virginia. I've been into Summits on the Air quite a bit since meeting up with this group, and I got to say, it actually, it has always been an aspiration of mine since I got my license 2 years ago. Always wanted to be on a mountaintop, reaching out, thinking VHF, but some of my inspiration to actually push forward with that came from this 2 Meter Crew on the other coast. Man, I started to see a lot of Derek's videos being posted, I guess, on YouTube, and that was definitely
Getting better all
inspirational.
the time.
And man, I'd love to see him if he'd ever participate on a Thursday night on video and during this net. But yeah, I got to say, I haven't been able to participate a lot because of the time difference. But I love seeing the crew here and you guys and hearing everything going on. And every now and then on the weekends and when I'm driving to or from work, usually from work, I'll reach out on the repeater from Richmond. I've got myself an All-Star node now. It's one of those portable devices. I really like it. Made by a guy in San Francisco. I forget his call sign, but it's called Clear Node. Working on my own All-Star repeater here at the house. So really digging what you guys do, and it's really helped me out in the hobby as well. So that's about it. I'll throw it back. You guys have a good one. W4MAF Richmond.
Well, thanks a million for chiming in. Good to hear from Richmond. And yeah, you're definitely 2 meter crew material, man. That's what we do. You end up getting that bug bite and get out there, and nobody mountaintops and simplexes like Derek. He inspires a lot of us. Got a lot of us out there cranking it up. We'll give Derek a hard time. It's kind of late for him. I think he crashes pretty early, but we get him on the anti-net every now and again. We'll give him some push that way.
Yeah, it's good to have him as a mystery guest. He'll show up now and again, so we'll get him back.
He'll have to wear a bag on his head to keep it mysterious.
Yeah.
That's just awesome. We got somebody from Richmond. That's the one thing that really is super cool as far as I'm concerned is you can talk to somebody from anywhere. So W4MAF, thanks for stopping by and talking, dude. I think that's one of the things I really love about this hobby. So it's just you have no idea where you're gonna hook up and talk to somebody. It's just amazing.
Yeah, very cool. Well, let's see. I know it takes a minute to key up out there if you're on one of the digital modes, so we'll give it a second and see if anybody else out there wants to chime in.
Are you on FRD?
Hey, Fred, how are you doing?
What's up, Fred?
I found the 2 meter crew on the 3-3 repeater. Yeah, I'd been a ham for about 2 years. Didn't talk much. And, everybody is so welcoming and inspiring, and I just started trying new stuff and having a good time with everybody. Enjoying the preferences and doing all the simplex.
Yeah, and Fred is our resident satellite expert. So he knows how to hook up with the birds in the sky. If you're ever working on anything like that, look up the W1FRD.
Actually, Fred, I think you were one of my first simplex connections. I know we were doing like some wake up simplex one day on a Sunday, and I started making calls, and I think it was W1FRD Fred, who actually was one of my first simplex connections. So thank you too, man, for welcoming me to it as well, man.
Yeah, good deal.
Greg, I remember that. Love working the simplex. I do it all the time when I'm driving. It's just amazing who is listening. Sometimes I'm calling out to nobody, but it's always a good thing.
Good. Let's see. I'm going to throw it back Nick's way, and maybe Nick can tell us who's streaming or what else he's thinking there. And this is W6CRP, 2 meter crew, anti-net. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Carlos. Yeah, we've got. I'm surprised. I didn't know that we were going to have this many people on. We've got 20. We're hovering around 23 people on YouTube. So thank you everybody for jumping on, and please spread the word that we moved to Thursdays, and hopefully we can keep that climbing. We're going to open up the Zoom here in just a little bit. We'll take a few more check-ins and see if there's anybody out there that wants to share maybe their experience with the 2 meter crew and share maybe how you came acquainted with us or whatever you got. Go ahead.
Hotel, Dan and Woodland.
All right, we had a double up there. Yeah, so I had Dan and then I had UJH. So let's take Dan and then we'll jump to UJH. So stand by. Go ahead, Dan.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ed. This is Dan, KF6HHH in Woodland, California. I'm trying to remember how I found this group. If I remember right, I check into a morning on a local Woodland repeater, and KN6VNQ Brian was an I. I think he's the one that told me about this net, and I checked into it. Really like it. A lot of friendly people. Learn a lot of stuff. Found out about the 330 net, our group on here too, and check into that, listen to that all the time. Lots of fun, and it's just something different, and just keeps me out of trouble, I guess.
Awesome. Well, thanks for checking in, Dan. And then I think behind you there was Doug. I think it was KI6UJH, right?
Yeah, Roger. This is Doug in Antioch, KI6UJH. I'm kind of a newcomer. I fell into the 2-meter crew, I don't know, about a year ago on the 3-3 repeater. And it's just like a really vibrant group doing everything ham radio. It's just really exciting. I was fortunate enough to be able to join in the winter field day and then the breakfast, and it was great. I just love the camaraderie. I really hope it continues. It's a great anti-net, and in the group, once we get off of COVID, start doing some outside activities with them. And then just the other day, I was up on Diablo, and somebody in the 2-meter crew, I think it was Derek, gave me a spot and helped me get over 1,000 QSOs on Park on the Air activation at Mount Diablo, and I couldn't have succeeded at that without the help of the 2-meter crew. It's a great group of guys, and I like being a part of it. KI6UJH, back on.
Awesome. Thanks for checking in, Doug. Appreciate it. Anybody else out there that wants to jump in and say hi, come on in. Bobby Lee, what say you?
Hey, good evening to everybody. KD6KWV. It's good to hear and see you guys. Great job on the net. And, it's kind of fun listening to you guys when you're talking about the birth of 2MC. I watched that happen just as you and everybody else involved did, and what a collaboration of some great unique minds and characters and some shady individuals all put together in one basket. Of course, me being the shady one. But since I throw myself under the bus, watching 2MC come together was a real joy. And seeing all the people come together at certain events, and looking forward to many more when we get through this stupid COVID thing. Because I'm not going to get into it. I was going to say I hate my mask, but, sorry. I wasn't going to use the M word. Watching 2MC come together, man, has been fun. And I've met and made a lot of great friends. And, what you guys have done is something really special. And I remember watching it from a very, very small group of people to, I remember the day, did over 200 members, if I'm not mistaken. If I got that number incorrect, it just seems like I remember maybe hitting 200 or something like that. But love the 2MC. Everybody in it has something to offer, and we all seem to want to give to those that are in need, whether it's mentoring or however. I mean, I watched a lot of you grow in this hobby so quick. All of you Newhams have been the epitome of impressive. I really say that from the heart. KD6KWV.
That's awesome. Thanks a lot, Bobby Lee, for the kind words. We have a couple people in the chat there. We had W6BKM saying hi. Everybody's responding back to him, so I missed the boat on that.
Hey, Nick, you probably saw Bobby was featured on Ham Radio TV with his bug out box. So if anybody gets a chance to go over to Ham Radio TV, you can see Bobby's work. It was featured at our winter field day. The Vacaville Radio Club, of course, runs the best field days without a doubt.
That's definitely wasn't me. I don't know who that was.
It
Hey,
happened.
Kevin, is there any chance you can give us any secret insider info on what might be coming next on Ham Radio TV?
All I can tell you is Bobby Lee paid a great deal of money to be on last night. and we're buying some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, other than that, that was great last night, and next week I think the topic is going to be microphones and the audio bandwidth of your radio. In other words, you get a cheap microphone and you sound cheap. You get a really good microphone, you sound better. And by the way, what does that really mean when I put this cool microphone on my off the shelf standard single sideband radio? We're trying to come up with some visual aids so you can actually see it, and we're going to do some stuff. We have some microphones we're going to hook up, so we'll talk on them. And the downside, it'll be me talking. I'm sorry. So other than that, it's going to be a microphone thing. And then there's going to be some other cool stuff. We're going to show you some cool stuff like this. It's hard to see. I don't have the other camera turned on.
We can see it.
Oh, you can't. Oh, okay. This has got this one here is a Yaesu FT991. This accepts your commercial microphone connection, and this accepts your push to talk. And we've got several little tricks up our sleeves that we're going to try to help our amateur radio community, give them an opportunity to buy them and buy the parts, make them themselves, all kinds of little stuff. I mean, we've been sourcing parts and tell you what, man, with the I don't know what the climate that's going on in the world right now, it's just hard to get parts. We've been putting this off and putting it off. We finally got all the little pieces to do it, and I got a new crimper. See, a new cool Klein crimper. We'll show this too. If you think you want to fix your RJ45s, this sucker is like, it's 45 bucks. It was awesomation. Somebody, okay, is that Justin?
It is. And that crimper is phenomenal. It also does 6-pin modular.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of, I don't know if a 60-year-old man should be in love with a tool, but I think I am. I think the thing is awesome. And it crimps the easy RJ45s. It doesn't do the 6s, but so what? I'll cut them with my knife if they're easy. But Justin, you need to check your, I'll say it really quiet so nobody else hears it. Justin, you need to check your audio output. When you turn on your microphone and come into the system, we hear this. Like there's it's probably not a bad capacitor, but it sounds like one. So everybody else except Justin, ignore that.
Awesome. Well, hey, we're gonna open up the Zoom meeting here in just a few minutes. But anybody else out there on any digital modes or on the repeater or anything want to chime in? Come on in now.
You got to say it with a little more enthusiasm, Nick.
Hey guys,
Something like,
KM6
there we go.
PAX. I might have missed it.
Oh my goodness, Taxman's in the house. Hey, share with us a little summary of your experience with the 2 Meter Crew, Ted. Tell us about how you got involved. Go ahead.
Oh man, put me on the spot. I was just saying hi. No, I don't know.
Bad Penny always shows up.
I think we were just talking one day, and we were all just, kind of talking about doing mountain topping and doing a bunch of other stuff. And, I don't know. We were just kind of talking about, it'd be neat if, we had a kind of a single place that we could all kind of gather, and kind of get together to, be more coordinated. And sometimes it worked, and then sometimes it's kind of, grown into kind of other stuff, but it's kind of whatever anybody wants it to be, But yeah, it was kind of originally just, I don't know, thought like, it'd be a really cool spot to go online or go on the repeater and say, hey, let's meet up and figure out what we're going to do next weekend or next month or, whatever. And yeah, it's just a kind of cool thing to experience and kind of be more organized on our, events going outdoors with radio, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Ted the Taxman is one of the originals. He was that cluster of folks who were on there learning and spending a lot of money buying radios. And he's one of the OG, 2MC OGs.
Yeah,
And
awesome to hear
for
you.
ID, we better do a W6CRP on the VVR repeater, 2 meter crew, anti-net. Back to you, Nick.
Yeah, KN60AL, Nick here up in Everett. Yeah, no, it was really good hearing from you, Ted. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else out there on the repeater want to jump in and say hi? All right. Well, nothing being heard. I think we're going to shut this down here in a few minutes, and we'll post the Discord. Or I'm sorry, not the Discord. We could post the Discord link too. If you guys want to join the 2 Meter Crew Discord, you're welcome to. And there's information on when the nets are happening and reminders and links to the YouTube videos. Also, all kinds of awesome information about antenna building and digital modes and anything that you can think of. The conversations are happening there, so you're welcome to join in. And we'll post the Zoom meeting in the chat here. And you're welcome to come in and maybe sit down and talk with us for a little bit and say hi. So with that, I will pass it back to Carlos.
All right. Well, not a bad first anti-net on Thursdays. With the old gang here, everybody's pretty relaxed. I think enjoying it like we should. So looking forward to it. I don't think we're positive what each week's meeting will be. It may be a little rag chewing. It may be an interesting topic we come up with, or we get somebody interesting in a presentation. But we'll be here, kind of doing it 2 Meter Crew way, whatever happens. So come on by and enjoy. And appreciative of those that stop by. Leave us comments or other whatever you want to leave us in the chat or in the notes, and we'll pick it up and keep growing the 2 Meter Crew from there. So thank you, everybody. I think we're going to sign off on Nick and switch over to Zoom.
Yep, we'll keep the Zoom running for a little bit
Okay.
and just say hi to anybody coming in to say hi. So 7-3s, everybody, and thanks for coming out tonight. This is KN60AL. We got Whiskey 6 CRP, Chris. You guys all have a good night. Thank you.
Good night.
All right, looks like we got a couple people in the waiting room here.
I'm going to adjust my hat.
Oh, a little bit more.
Kevin,
There you go. It's perfect.
More to the left, Kevin. A little more to the left.
right here on your chin, something on your.
Some swagger.
Yeah. It's called double, triple chin. It goes with my Dunlap.
Hey, Greg, don't let me forget. I want to talk about car antennas unless you finished up your install already.
Oh no, I haven't actually. You know what? I was looking like on Saturday night, so I'm sitting here just going, okay, where am I going to put this? I'm just all over the back of my car, and I realized that my sway bar is missing a bolt.
Uh-oh.
And it's I've been borrowing my wife's car this past week. She's a little bothered by me taking her magic van to work, so I got to get this shit done. I got to get it done. Oh, she didn't like that one. She's sitting right.
You're in trouble. No, I was thinking that I know you were looking at probably trying to get like a screaming great antenna, but also keep your profile down. And Bobby's on here, I think now. Hopefully you can chime in. The other option instead of trying to get a big antenna and not have it stick up much is these compact antennas. The Compact Antenna, I think is the brand name. He was running on his van that was featured in the video there, the ham radio TV. And I was always shocked at how well they performed for little stubby guys on your roof.
I was actually talking to Rob N6RJM a couple days ago. Actually, it was really funny. Like I was working on Saturday.
Yep.
And he's got that compact antenna, and we ended up hitting each other on the 37 going in the opposite directions. He's like, "Dude, I'm sitting in this Toyota," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going eastbound." He's going westbound, and I see his hatchback, and I saw the little Coke can on the top of his car. I'm like, "Dude, I see you there." I think I kind of cruised by too fast for him to see me, but he was showing me some videos, and it sounds like a really cool deal. But you're right, Chris. I am trying to keep my boy racer look on my little GTI there. I might just need to get another car just for the dope-ass radio to be right.
I mean, these compact antennas, they really do perform. And, I mean, if you're on repeaters and you're not trying to, go mountaintop to mountaintop kind of thing with it, I think, they're great. Bobby, are you on audio? I know you can be a little computer challenged sometime.
Yeah, you copy radio?
You sound good. You sound fantastic, Bobby.
We can hear you.
Oh, there he is.
You can't hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Okay, cool. You were asking about the compact antenna?
Yeah, I'm used to working with big things. I know you're used to little things, just like that. But, as far as antennas go.
So, on that topic, we're going from 9 inches to 12 inches.
This is a family show.
Yeah, that compact antenna, I'll tell you, I was a little bit weary of it when I first used it. But the more I used them, the more I realized really how tricked they were. One thing I heard the other day, which kind of surprised me, they went up against a test against that Larson dual band 5/8 wave. And from what I was told, it performed at about equal, if not better, than the Larson 5/8 in such a small package. And I think that's kind of what the engineering design was about, was high performance in a small compact. These things were made for, kind of military, more style opt kind of vehicles. And, Nick Soto, AK-7DX, which was AK-6DX, the old manager of HRO in Oakland, actually worked on the design with the owner of the company. So I was kind of a guinea pig because I bought like one of the very first generations of those antennas, and I got a dual band, and I got a very wideband scanner antenna. Both performed flawless, and I mean, right now they're sitting on the shelf, but it's kind of funny. I have a Larson 5/8 wave in the Mercedes if I ever needed to take off, the small Comet and maybe get a little punch out. When I heard that, I'm like, I might just take that Larson out and throw that compact in the glove box.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of great reviews on that compact antenna too. But my wife's here. I gotta purchase it without her saying it.
I heard they were giving them away free, Greg.
They're giving them away free. Just show them your credit card.
You better replace my magic van.
Did you guys hear?
Greg, we're going to send one.
Very attached to that magic van.
We're going to send one to your house. It'll look like it came from HRO showing up on your porch.
Sweet.
Like Sandy's lost in the fog there tonight.
I was going to comment, her virtual background has swallowed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg, I think I did hear your wife say when she was sleeping it was okay to make that purchase.
I heard that too.
I thank you. I think I heard that too, Bobby. I think I did.
I heard her say that in the background. Just, when I'm sleeping, I'm pretty sure
Bobby,
that's what I heard.
Go nuts, right?
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
On those compact antennas, so I was doing a little bit of research on them, and in the instructions it talks about the angle of the ground plane that you use with it. Did you find that and I've heard from other people that some people that mounted them improperly, they don't perform well at all. But but it's really important that you have like a 75-degree or sharper ground plane. Did that have any effect on how you mounted it, the way that antenna performed?
Honestly, I mean, I hate to always throw myself under the bus like this, Nick, but I'm a lazy ham. I like you guys do your SWRs and you analyze this and analyze, everything's perfect. I'm like, you screw the bag of radio, you plug it on 12 volts. You guys hear me? Oh, that's good.
We do that because none of our stuff's anywhere near perfect.
I did, roof mount those in the center of the van roof.
Okay.
I think if I had made any mistake, if there was a mistake to be called, maybe it would have been not distancing them far enough. You got to realize I had basically 2 dual bands and then another one over here. And, they weren't very far apart. And when I looked at it, I was like, man, I probably should have spaced them more. But they performed for everything that I've ever needed them to perform for. And honestly, I really didn't do any testing. I did surface mount them knowing that they were going to perform quite well. But that's probably, if anywhere, that probably might have been the one thing I might have thought about as being a little bit more strategic in the placing of them. If I really needed to be, for some reason, in that absolute space of perfection, making sure that this antenna is radiating the way it's supposed to be and performing the way it's supposed to be. So I like them. Answer your question. I probably failed. But I can tell you this. I did see a ground plane type configuration when people are mounting it at home in their attics, things of that nature. And they did state that you should have those ground rods, coming right off, the base of the antenna and then going down as you specified, maybe 75 degrees, something like that. But I've always seemed to think that was more base station applications myself personally. Like when in a mobile application, I'm kind of forced to use the roof as the ground plane and you can do other things with grounding wires in your headliner if you want to get real creative, if you're going for maximum efficiency. But aside from that,
cool.
Sorry, buddy.
No problem. Well, let's go around the room here and see.
What are they called?
Oh, compact.
Compact tenna. So it's like CO. I can go get one, or someone knows else how to spell it. I've got one over here.
I put it up in the,
I think that's about it.
chat, and I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll put it in the chat here.
PQ, yeah, tenna.
You can check the website there, Kevin, from the chat.
Oh, okay.
Fred, are you undercover tonight, man? You're like stealthing it out in the rig.
I'm waiting for my son. He's at his symphony practice. I'm sitting in the car.
There you go. If I had a nickel for every mile Fred drives bringing his kids to and from functions, I wouldn't be here. I'd be retired on a beach somewhere.
Well, Chris,
Hey, Fred, you're...
Oh, sorry. Who was that? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Hey, Fred, your son's a ham too, right? Didn't he just pick up like a month ago or something like that?
Yeah, he about 2 months now. Yeah, he's a Cam 6 LAG.
LAG. Okay, Cam6 LAG.
What are you prattling on about there, Bobby Lee?
Oh, sorry. I was putting Fred's kid's call sign in my head.
Oh no!
I didn't have anywhere to write it down, so now I'm
You were
going
getting ready to say something, and you got cut off and came back. So obviously, you already forgot.
Justin is rebuilding his shack right now.
Where'd Fred just go? Did he just fall out of his chair?
He's there. Thanks, man. What's going on? No video tonight. Ted needs to learn where the little unmute button is.
Yeah, Ted, how you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a while.
He's not
Justin
muted.
rebuilding his shack right in front of us.
Yeah, he's completely
He is.
doing the whole thing.
Well, you just watched his daughter go, Dad, you got to put that in there. You can't put it up there.
Justin finally admitted something was wrong when the flames started to shoot out one of the microphones.
No, everything's working perfect.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than letting the smoke out.
Ted and Sandy, you need to find out where the button is that says mute and unmute so we can hear you.
Sandy's unmuted now.
I'm unmuted.
There you go. Now you're in there. What's wrong with your video? It's horrible.
Figure out what's going on with my picture.
Yeah, I thought she was on the bridge and she was going to jump or something. Don't jump.
Your
You
computer
guys finally did it to me.
is having a hard. Your computer, Sandy's having a hard time managing your virtual background.
Oh, now you stay right there. You look like a pumpkin.
Yeah. Did you hear what Kevin just said, Sandy?
Close.
Well, your computer processor is having a difficult time managing your virtual background, and it won't fix. I've had that problem with a different computer. There's only two things to do: leave it the way it is, or turn it off.
Yeah,
I'll turn it off.
It won't get better. Yeah, if your processing power is not enough, the Zoom virtual background will just jack you up.
There, is that better?
Yeah. There you go.
That's a better picture of me anyway.
Sandy, that's why I go with the natural background.
Yeah, I don't have a background on this. That gave it to me.
Mine's natural too. I have the only Yaesu 991A that's the size of a human being sitting behind me in real life on the shelf.
And he could get inside of and walk around in, right?
And I'm auctioning it off
I
very
got
soon.
my antenna farm live feed going. I'd like to keep an eye on it.
So we have all necessities to put this repeater up. I just have to get this duplexer tuned. Hoping I'm going to hear from Wendell tomorrow. And not, I'm going to call him.
Well, nobody knows what your repeater is, Bobby. You have to assume that, although some of the people here actually do. What are you putting out?
A Yaesu Fusion, I think it's called a DR2X. DR2X Fusion repeater, digital repeater. It's going to give Wires X access to people around the basic 680 corridor, maybe a little bit of 24, Highway 4 a little bit, up to maybe 780 and 80. The plotting of the repeater output is pretty cool, and we'll just have to see what the reality of it is. But it looks like it's coming to fruition here pretty quick.
Are you
UHF,
Bobby?
I'm going to do UHF. It's, I'm not sure if we could even coordinate VHF out here. There's so many repeaters,
Do you have a flat pack? What kind of duplexer? A flat pack, or do you have a cans?
Oh no, you want to see it?
Be right back.
Sure.
I'm curious to know if we can hook up, if we can link it to a YSF reflector so that we can get in through a hotspot.
We're talking about doing that. A couple of guys. Bobby's not the only one who's thinking about putting one of these things up so we can link these repeaters and then also hopefully get a reflector connected up so that people can get in from sort of the outside.
Yeah, because I can get into it. I can get into any Wires X repeater through another repeater, but not through a hotspot. I have to, because you have to have like a YSF reflector connected to it, kind of like America.
Yeah, Bobby, show it off.
Let's see. Here's the.
That's a flat pack. Well, if you need some help, if you can't do it, let me know and I'll mess it up for you. I mean, tune it.
That's the one that I had, Bobby. Just so you know, and it
No,
didn't
there's
tune,
people walking across the street.
and it didn't tune very well.
Which one is?
Well, it's funny you just said that. I looked at my camera to see the people walking across the street.
Yeah. Fred, quit yelling at everybody. Jeez.
So
my
this
son
is
goes,
that Mike?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so I bought one of those UHF ones from Amazon. It looks like the same one. We tried to tune it for GMRS, and it just wouldn't tune very well. Like you get the notch down on one side pretty well, but then the other side, like the transmit side, like it would just cut your signal more than half on the DVI. So maybe I got a bad one, I don't know, but I wouldn't buy another one if I had a choice. So hopefully yours is good, but yeah, I just didn't have good luck with it. I went with a Telewave after that.
Telewave, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there, Bobby. If you need some help, I can tune it.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it, man. I really do. That's the only thing that's keeping me from getting this thing going. And Wendell's doing a big personal project.
You come over this weekend, man. We'll tune it.
Right on. I'll see if I can't. You're up in. Where are you up in? Fairfield, Sac, or where are you at?
Fairfield. Remember Field Day?
Yep.
That was my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I recall.
That's right. Okay.
You know the place where Chris pulls in and camps every once in a while? That place.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Okay. Hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, we could tune that. That's called that's a notch filter. So we can we'll notch it and just write down the frequencies, and we'll put it on the analyzer and do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's
you could bring the repeater's only this big. You could bring it with you, and you can check it on a dummy load.
Yeah, cool.
I'll just put my finger in it and we'll key it.
I was thinking your tongue, but finger, okay.
I stopped using my tongue ever since the incident.
Well,
the incident.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say real quick, thank you to everybody for coming out and making this thing happen. It's really awesome to see all the support that everybody has for keeping the 2 Meter Crew anti-net going. If for all of you that are in Zoom and the people that are still watching on YouTube and stuff, can you please try to make a point to spread the word and let everybody know where we're at. Our whole goal here is just to make this thing have a reach to where we can connect people with other people that share that same type of interest in the hobby, just kind of like what we're doing right now. We've got Bobby Lee up here building repeaters, Kevin offering to help, and then other people getting involved in digital modes, that kind of stuff. It's super cool. But we are kind of running out of time here tonight, so I wanted to maybe take a minute and go around the room and just see if anybody had any last words that wanted to say hi or bye or
I got a jet.
Anything.
I don't want to be rude, but I do have to go.
That's kind of what we were doing, Kevin, right now.
Yeah, we're bailing out. We're trying to get out of these quicker than we used to.
So Kevin, go first.
Start with our last words there, VLF.
Thanks for letting me join all you guys, and it was real fun. Glad to meet you, and Nick, keep the checks coming, and Bobby and I will continue to appear.
Oh, hey, awesome. Okay. All right. Yeah. In the mail.
And, Bob, if you want to, I don't know, Nick and Chris, I think everybody has my contact information. It's on
I appreciate that, Kevin.
I think it's on the back of the bathroom door at HRO, actually. So the call.
All right.
Anyway, you guys have a great day. Nice meeting all of you. Have a great one.
Greg, what do you got?
Crew.
Take care, Kevin. This is super fun, man. I'm having a great time, learning a lot. So I think we should just keep going. I'm gonna start pumping this to all my non-ham friends too. I think they just want to make fun of me online anyway.
Yeah,
so
let them do it. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there making fun of me. Who cares? It's all good.
It's all good. All good. Great time, guys.
Yeah. Mike, what's up, buddy?
Hey, yeah. So just had a blast tonight. I'm glad we're doing this Zoom thing again. Kind of missed it for the last couple of weeks. It's really cool to hang out with all you guys and just have fun. That's what it's about. So thank you. Last parting words is just do something fun this week. How about that? That's all I got.
Yeah. I posted it on the Discord, but my fun thing this next coming week is I'm going to try to reach out to a club that I know of up here to get more involved. I just got my VE credentials, and so I'm super excited to get involved in that and see where it takes me. So that'll be a lot of fun. But Carlos, what do you got, bud?
Let's see, I'm off mute there. Yeah. No, just thanks everybody for doing it, man. It feels good. It feels like old times and a lot of fun. We'll just keep it driving and keep having fun with it. So appreciate it. And Nick, thank you so much for the streaming duties. I know it's a handful, and there's a lot that happens behind the scenes to even make this go. So much appreciated. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bobby Lee, what do you got?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, bro, it's good to see you and everybody else, and I tip my hat off to you, brother, for keeping things alive, and, perseverance is always the name of the game. I love the 2MC, bro, and watching it from its birthing point, going through all the different segments, we'll just call it, to where you are now, I'm just so tickled. You're such an awesome example of what we desire to have in this ham community, and the rest of you guys as well. It's really what brings a lot of life to this hobby, having like-minded individuals, having a little quirky fun sometimes, sharing some in-depth knowledge, sometimes personal life things. I mean, I have made some very, very cool friends just through, the 3-3 and 2MC and the beginning of it. And to see where it is now and to see that you're keeping things rocking and rolling. I tried to get some others on here tonight to watch you and help support you. And we'll be here again to do it. So it's good to see you, bro, and everybody else. And you just keep rocking and rolling. We're going to be right behind you, pushing you along.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. We got Justin. Did you ever get your audio fixed? Where are you at, buddy?
Let's see. Do I sound better now?
Yeah, you sound really good.
Sound perfect, man.
Yeah, that's why you don't use used cables from work. You build new ones like I just did. So yeah, that's why, because it had an intermittent break in it. So now it's like legit mic cable. So good stuff. Yeah, I have to agree with everybody. It's great to be back out here. Great to be hanging out and fun to just make sure we're all out and having fun and encouraging one another to get on the radio, get on the air.
Absolutely. And then we got Sandy still out there. Any last words?
Oh, yes. How you guys doing tonight?
We're good.
Good.
Good. I want a cool background like you guys.
How come you have no video picture? What's wrong with your video?
According to Kevin, we need that's her video. That's her picture.
Yeah, I have to go buy a new computer now, just for Zoom, apparently. But I was going to say something profound, but I won't bore you. But you know how I feel. You guys are just wonderful, and I've had a very interesting last year, and you guys are just all very special to me. So I just wanted to say that.
It's good to have you, Sandy.
Yeah.
It's good to have you guys.
Yes, and you're rocking and rolling out here.
Oh, thank you, Bobby. Thank you, and thank you guys.
Thanks, Sandy. We got Ted here. Are you there, Ted, or what's going on, buddy?
I think Ted's monitoring only. I don't know. It's according to the little background chat. So he's probably like cleaning up baby bottoms or something.
Okay.
Life of the tax man. So.
Well, he's here in spirit, right?
That's right.
Thank you, Bobby.
And then last but definitely not least, we got Chris here. What's
I'm pretty excited. I think we peaked out around 375,000 viewers there at one point.
I saw that. Yeah, it's spiked.
It's just to manage to under that pressure. That's fantastic. We only had one small fire in Justin's studio, and it was isolated. So that's I think we did great. And if we can kind of keep that kind of momentum rolling, we should do all right here, right?
Yeah.
That's good drama, though, too. It draws users. Justin, maybe set a fire.
I will burn something down next week. Yep.
Little controlled burn, dude. Draws folks in.
That's what something, right?
There's something you said there. Everybody always wants to see everybody build something. We should burn a couple of bow fangs down or something.
Hey, slow down there. Slow down there.
People only knew that in reality, this entire show tonight was based around one, absolutely abused Bofang radio way up in Washington.
Yeah.
That's real ham radio.
What's really funny is before we go, I was keying the repeater with this little key, right? That was all I was using, and I don't even know what this is off of because I got it at a pawn shop. I found it in a bin at a pawn shop, and
Say porn shop?
Pawn, P-A-W-N.
Yeah, we know where he's at, Bobby.
Who knows where that thing has been, dude?
Sanitize.
And so I'm just holding my finger down, and it was interesting to see the correlation of how we made that work. But I'll go back and review it. But it sounded like we got everything that we needed to do, and that worked really well. So yeah, but I'm getting a foot pedal. I have a foot pedal coming, so hopefully it won't be such a strain because my finger was getting tired there, and I don't know what the timeout is on my Baofeng, but I remember increasing it at one point, and I must have been keyed up for 10 minutes straight, and we didn't blow it off. So we'll see how we do. We'll just have to test it to its limits until everything crumbles, right? Live.
Ham radio today would not be the same without the Baofeng radio.
Right. Well, I'm going to end the stream here, so I'll just say bye to everybody on YouTube, and thanks a lot for watching tonight.
Hey, great start, guys. Great start.
Have a good night, guys.
Good times, man. It's good to see everybody.
See you everyone next week.